So the cars are pulling off the grid. And there go the jets again, of course, the top of the circuit. Not sure how many regulations they're breaking, but it's lots of them.
I noticed pulling off the grid, in fact the Toyota kind of leapt away and got quite a long way ahead of people, so then backed off again to wait for them before the first corner. It's quite a slow warm-up lap. The last couple of cars are really crawling along before the S7 medical car, which brings up the rear. They're turning down now through the circuit. We're on board with one of the Morgan Oaks there. Coming up the hill there, which is the hill from Curve de Largo de la Reina, that is so much steeper than it's looking now on the cameras. That's a really heavy rise.
So the starting grid then, Lapierre in the Toyota, McNish in the Audi, Trellier in the Audi, 7, 2 and 1, and 12 on the front row with Neil Yarney. Then Johnny Kane in the 21, Andrea Bellicchi in the 13, the 22 is Peter Dumbreck, the pole sitting inside of the fourth row, 44 is Stefan Sarazan, with Nick Manassian joining that team this weekend, of course. John Martin, the Kiwi, on the outside. What you getting your head for?
Manassian's in Pecom.
Manassian's in Pecom, of course, sorry, in the 29 car. I knew he was in one of those cars. John Martin, the Kiwi, is in the 25 on the outside of row 4. Then it's Panciatici and Baguette, 26 and 35 on row 5. On row 6, Vitantonio Liuzzi and Franck Mayer, 32 and 23. On row 7, Elton Julian in the 41 Zytek, the Greaves car, with Mathieu Lehane, the Morgan Nissan, on the outside of the 7th row in the 24. Then Pierre Caffer in the 49, and Nick Manassian's in that car this weekend. And then it's Holzer Giroir to the end of the P2 field. The GTs are headed by Stefan Mucker. We've got a nice 2x2. A nice 2x2 run coming to it. Oh, and they've all broken ranks far too early. They've still got the red lights, and now it goes green. The crowd goes wild ahead of us, and the Toyota should get the run into the first corner with their hybrid drive, and they do. Will there be any kind of incident behind as Nicolas Lapierre pushes off into the distance already? Our calculations from Paul Truswell is that the Toyota, as off goes one of the Lotus there, and coming back on. That's exactly how the accident, and exactly at the same place as how the accident occurred in the Porsche Super Cup race. If Toyota can average 0.7 of a lap faster throughout of the 6 hours and can do 29 laps to Audi's 38, they can be as much as 4 seconds slower in each of the pit stops, then they'll win. That is the calculation. And there is one of the York racing cars, and that's the local Brazilian car as well, and the Pecom racing cars involved as well.
29, that's Giro. It's Fabien Giro on the 29 Lola.
And that's had some big accident. Look at the fin. Look at the fin. Now, has that been... Now, it's the Pecom car spinning sideways with both of those cars together. Now, wait for the Ferrari. The Ferrari's going to come in. Oh, and he's right over the top of it. The Ferrari rides over the back. That is remarkable. And Enrico Benaldi, so that wasn't part of the original accident. So there was 2 Gulf cars there. We originally saw the open top car spinning round, and that was the 24 car that spun around, and that has got Mathieu Lehane on board. And then the big accident behind us, everybody checked up. Now, will that bring out the safety car?
It's on standby, John, but it's not out yet.
It is the first. There's 2 safety cars. The first one is at that area. There is some of the debris already being pushed off to the side of the circuit. We do have 2 safety cars here.
So let's see who the walking wounded are. Just looking for who's going to come in. The Picom are waiting for their car, the 49. In comes the 57, surprisingly. The Cron racing machine comes in. That must have got caught up with debris, perhaps. There's the 49. Pierre Caffer brings in that Picom car. Also problems. Here's the Oak car that got involved. It was a 24, John. Excellent spot there. I thought it was a 35. The 24 car comes in. That's got Mathieu Lehay in it. It was the combined pirouette between the 49 and the 24 that started all that problems. And in many ways, the much maligned 29 Lola was an innocent bystander in that accident, as he got ridden over the back of by the 61 Ferrari, the pole sitter in GTE AM, who is still not back to the pits now. They put up some front end damage. Out goes Morgan Oak. They're obviously happy with 24. He's already lapped down as swooshing past goes the top 3 cars. That's it's 7 from 2 from 1. And after 2 laps, they have a 1.7 second lead for the Toyota, which gives them that 0.7 second they need. So they're doing all right over 2 laps, and there's no safety car either. Now they're worried about safety cars, thinking that would play more into the benefit of Audi as the rest of the cars come through. So after 2 laps, it's Lapierre from McNish from Trellier, so it's 7 from 2 from 1. The fastest of the petrol is Neil Yarni in the Lola, then Andrea Beliki, his teammates, at 12 from 13. The HPD's back in 6th and 7th. It's Johnny Kane and Hairpier Dunbreck. Leading P2 is Stefan Sarazan from John Martin, 44 from 25, and third in that class is Frank Meyer. In Pro, Jimmy Bruni has taken the lead, so Stefan Mucker has dropped to third from the pole in that situation, and Mark Lieb stays second. So an interesting swap there. First and third have swapped. Second and